Is Cory Matthews' dad, Alan, one of the greatest TV parents of all time? Or is he a villain?
Hey!
With a poorly aged, trial by fire teaching style that borders on cruel.
You made a choice!
Today, we're gonna look back at a couple of episodes from the final season of Boy Meets World. These episodes follow Cory and Topanga's marriage and put Alan's parenting style on full display. This post-honeymoon moving out arc triggers polarizing opinions on the internet to this day. More on that later. If you're new here, hello, I'm Holly Fortune. Hit subscribe if you're into nostalgic media deep dives and want to stick around. This arc opens with Cory launching into Topanga's apartment, raving about salami.
I'm home from the honeymoon and I want some salami. Topanga, I'm home from the honeymoon. Where's the honeymoon welcome salami? We are moving in here.
It reminded me that Cory exudes man-child energy on the regular.
Or we'll go grocery shopping together. It'll be fun.
You know what I like to do at the grocery store?
Ring the butcher bell and then run away.
But we can kind of excuse that because it's the college years. While Cory and Topanga were away on their honeymoon, Sean moved right into her room. And Cory's brother pushed him out of his own dorm because of hot triplets next door.
You guys just can't live here anymore, so go on, get out!
Believe me, Topanga, it was the right move.
So the two need a roof over their head immediately. Naturally, they go to Cory's parents. His mom is pretty chill about this. She understands that they're only solving for an immediate issue.
It would only be until they got on their feet.
But Alan puts his foot down and it's intense.
No.
What do you mean, no? Dad, I'm your son. You don't tell your son no.
No!
At least let them stay for a couple of days.
Amy, don't.
Don't you put your finger out at me, and don't you tell me don't.
They can't stay here. They're married now. It's Cory and Topanga, not Cory and us.
You can't stay here, Cory.
At this point in the arc, I do not understand why Alan is so adamantly against helping Cory and Topanga. I am rewatching in the year 2025, and I'd like to think that moving back in with your parents is less taboo. Even setting that aside, the way that this conversation goes, for me, it does not feel like tough love. Instead, it's get out of here, get your together, and fast. It's cold. With no other choice, Cory and Topanga head to the dorms designated for married couples, and it is grimy. There's an abusive couple next door.
Make your own dinner.
Fine, Kimberly, I'll make you a deal. I'll cook dinner, you stop talking.
And a sixth sense boy.
Hey there, little fella.
Their assigned unit is absolutely caked in dirt and crawling with roaches. They move forward with this living situation as best as they can, showering in brown water
And you have to chew it.
and barely sleeping.
And you know how the baby cries?
All right,
This conversation with Mr. Feeney hints further at the arc's deeper lesson.
I'd do anything for you two. If it's anything short of actually moving in, anything at all.
How about some of your millions, fella?
Although you can't see it now, your reward is yet to come.
The two are married now and there will be challenges, but they can overcome them together and it'll be worth it, right? To that, I'll just say, what about community? Friends, family members, and a mentor say they can help, but why is space the one thing that they won't offer? Why does marriage have to mean isolating yourself from others? But I bet you're wondering, what's that B plot up to? It's just Ron Stoppable obsessing over the triplets, but ultimately not getting them. And if you wanted to infuse deeper meaning there, it might be something about pursuing pleasures only in a relationship and ultimately coming up with nothing. Set that one aside. Here, it's implied Topanga's tasted fleshy human salad bits.
There was a guy shot in our apartment over a salad, the remains of which are still on the wall. The guy or the salad? I don't really want to know. I ate it anyway.
As someone that lived in an apartment with fleas for 6 months, I do completely understand the emotional break that she's having.
This is crying?
Yeah.
Then I've been crying for 3 days.
The expectations of traditional marriage specifically play a part in Cory's isolation from others. Sean very clearly offers him help, and his response suggests that he would be less of a man or a husband if he were to accept that help.
You want to talk about it? Talk about how I've been married for 1 week and I already can't protect my wife. Topanga's crying, Sean.
Cory, how can I help?
I don't think you can on this one.
Of course I can. I'm your friend.
Yeah, but I'm her husband. I have to take care of this.
To me, it's a toxic line of thinking that Alan has played a part in modeling or forcing onto Cory. Cory returns to his father for another intense conversation.
I can't help you the way you want me to, and I'm not going to.
Hey, we're drowning here.
You are not drowning.
Well, what do you call living in an awful dorm with no money and the washing machine's broken in the laundry room and there's some kind of soup coming out of the faucet.
Marriage, I call it marriage.
Okay, well, it's hard, okay? It's just hard, Dad.
And you want me to make it not so hard.
You're supposed to do that for me.
I can't.
Well, then what good are you?
It's really like, where's the love?
You made a choice. You decided that you were old enough to get married. You decided to take on the responsibility of a new life because you believed you could handle it. Deal with your life.
Alan could have comforted his son, even while teaching this hard lesson, but he chose not to, and so far that's what I have the biggest problem with. The next episode opens with Cory and Topanga pretending to be children, yet somehow slut-shaming their friends.
Spaghetti!
We'd never want to impose on your little life of sin.
You make me sick.
Cory then tortures Topanga by taking her to the cutest starter home and showing her the nook.
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and some kind of nook.
How much do you love this breathtaking starter cottage?
With Nook.
The truth is, he can barely afford a sandwich.
You made a choice.
Here's a joke.
That's why there's no salami.
I understand why Cory's parents don't feel comfortable co-signing on a loan.
All we need are your 2 signatures, and we will have our very own dream home.
With Nook.
Cory and Topanga don't even have jobs. And before you ask, I'm not even going to share anything about this B-plot, but I did put together some clips for you.
Can't keep my eyes off for Tushy. Don't let that Tushy control you. I want it. Pathetic little love slave. I wrote her this poem.
Bridget, you make me
Take my shoe off and suck my 3rd toe.
We're also reminded things could be worse. You could have a baby.
Swamp Thing wants the booty! Aww.
She won't go to sleep. She hasn't slept in 3 weeks and neither have I. And can I just lean against your wall?
Really, the timing here just so clearly implies to me that isn't for pleasure. It has a clear purpose with outcomes.
Was I interrupting something?
Well, we were playing a nice little game of Swamp Thing.
I remember playing Swamp Thing with my husband. You know what you get at the end of the game?
What's that?
Hello!
If you're familiar with Boy Meets World, this is a not so hidden agenda that's baked into the show. Cory and Topanga did wait until marriage to consummate their relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just something that's there. I actually think it'd be really interesting as a topic for another video, so let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. Their neighbor, being beyond trusting, hands over her baby to Topanga. You've known her for 2 days, but all right. Girl, watch The Changeling, okay? Cory does fix the apartment water. Finally, the literature nerd in me got really excited about this because water in writing can allude to new beginnings or rebirth, which makes a lot of sense here. Remember how Sean took Topanga's spot? Well, he's living with his girlfriend, Angela, and is somehow inspired by everything that Cory and Topanga are going through. In fact, he feels like he hasn't earned this spot living with his girlfriend so comfortably, and it sounds like he's gonna move out.
This is not real. I mean, it's not like Cory and Topanga. You and I, we're just playing house.
Like, we're never gonna escape the Cory and Topanga relationship supremacy, are we?
The real ones know that their relationship is flawed, and that's okay, that's fine.
And here's the arc's supposed lesson straight from Alan's mouth.
Well, we fixed the pipes ourselves.
And how do you feel about that?
Proud. Very proud of us, okay? Topanga and I are gonna paint our place, we're gonna put up a bookshelf, and someday, when we can afford it, we are gonna buy that house
With a nook.
without your help.
You finally figured it out. When your mother and I got married, we had nothing. Nobody would help us. We did fine.
We didn't know it then, but it was the sweetest time in our lives.
We bonded together forever. We fell completely in love because we knew we made a life for ourselves with nobody's help but our own. I would never take that away from you, son.
Was it really that sweet, Alan? Really? Why the f can't we just help our family? Like, come on. But what if the life lesson is so clunky because it's not just that? What if the apartment is a metaphor for marriage? I think the writers wanted one more chance to write about the sanctity of marriage. Cory and Topanga would face that lesson more naturally and literally years down the line, long after their honeymoon period. But there's no time for that, or at least they didn't know that there would be. That's why we get this little apartment. This apartment could represent how 2 people commit to one another, flaws and all. With love and commitment, they can build something better together. To do so, they have to lean on each other mostly. Friends, family members, and mentors can only do so much. They really would be limited, in a sense, to save a struggling marriage. this idea clicks way better for me. It's less about the living situation and constantly being rejected by others, and more so a commentary on their future and long-term commitment. Also, the neighbor's baby adds to that and allows them a glimpse at what their future could be if they decide to be parents. FYI, the apartment gets a makeover in some later episodes as well. I'm not sure how Cory got the money or knowledge to install recessed lighting above a bookshelf, but there it is. Re-uploaded clips of this episode have garnered hundreds of thousands of views. I went to the comments expecting some Alan hate. Instead, I found so much Cory slander. Many people appreciate Alan's old-timey traditional views. Man of Tomorrow said, "What Cory failed to realize in that moment is when you get married, it's your own life and not your parents' responsibility to bail you out. You can't call yourself a husband if you need dad to fix your problems. Man up and do it yourself." Heavy Metal Cutting Fabrication said, "Today's generation could learn so much from this show. Like, this episode teaches accountability, solving your problems, and no one owes you. Life's tough, buckle up." Another commenter said, "Couldn't agree more, very true, nobody owes you anything." I think these comments are a bit intense, like Alan, and you can't really make me agree with this mentality. By posting this video and having an opposing opinion to what I think could be the majority, I am genuinely a bit concerned for the potential hate, but here we go. I can admit that Cory and Topanga are childish at times. That is played up in one of these episodes. Marriage this soon, maybe not a great idea. And if anything, could that perhaps hint at abstinence as a driver for this next step that they took in their relationship? I don't know. I tend to agree more with these comments, like one left by Cody. Yeah, it's one thing to let your kids learn for themselves, it's another to let them drown. All he had to do was walk him through it, teach him. Somehow that was too complicated for him to understand, yet unsurprisingly, from someone who only ever managed to become a grocery store manager. Shots fired! Okay, Cody. Michael responded, "Alan was an over-assumptive grouch who didn't respond well to any kind of challenge later in his life." So yeah, that is what I mean. We have complete opposite opinions on the spectrum here. So I've got to know, what do you think about this episode? How did it affect you back in the day if you watched it? What do you think of Alan? My favorite part of being on YouTube is reading and responding to your comments. So let me know. If you're interested in more weird late 90s TV show commentary, I'd recommend watching my recent Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode deep dive. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and until next time, wishing you well.
Thanks for playing.